Hello and welcome to HITC Sport, and what a week it's been in the world of football, kind of. We've seen both last season's Champions League finalists lose 1-0 in the first leg of the knockout rounds, so maybe we won't see the English dominance that we saw last year. And speaking of the Champions League, Man City might not be in it any longer. It's kind of turned into a case of he said, she said. UEFA have said that City broke the rules, and City are just like, nah, it didn't. Bugger off. But aside from all the City drama that's been well covered on this channel, one of the big talking points has been comparing two teams from two totally different eras. Yes, all over Sky Sports and everywhere else, there's been comparisons being drawn between the Liverpool 2020 side and Manchester United's 1999 treble-winning team. But to be honest, who cares? It's all people are talking about at the minute. It's as if like Man United need to cling on to some sort of relevance of like, yeah, Liverpool are great now, but they weren't as good as this team we had in the past. You know, two teams can be good at football. It's two totally different eras. A lot's changed since 1999. When Man United won the treble, I think I'll only have been 4 going on 5. I'm not in any position to say that this Liverpool team's so much better, because I didn't really have any understanding of football back in 1999. I didn't really know how to have an understanding of walking. No, will I? At what age do you start to walk? On Sky Sports' Monday Night Football, it was again Jamie Carragher versus Roy Keane in an angry man-off. They were just shouting at each other. It was pointless. Every time Jamie Carragher wanted to put a Liverpool player in, Roy Keane was just like, I'm not going to do an Irish accent. Oh, well, I've got loyalty to these players. I was in the trenches with them, so I'm going to pick them. I mean, yeah, sometimes you have got to pick them. I mean, Dennis Irwin over Andy Robertson, it's up for debate. But really, in the grand scheme of things, it's irrelevant. You had two different teams playing in two different eras, playing in a completely different way. The game has moved on a lot in 21 years? You know, Man United had a dependable back four. They had Gary Neville at right back. You know, he didn't give much away, but he wasn't bringing much to the party going forward. He just let David Beckham get on with it. But Trent Alexander-Arnold, he's a focal point of the Liverpool team. A lot of their attack comes from the right back. The modern day fullback is totally different. To be honest, they don't really have to defend. And when you compare the current Liverpool team to Man United's 1999 team, you can't help but consider the whole career that these Man United players had. Yeah, they had Neville, Giggs, Beckham, Scholes, but those players were kind of just really starting to get going. It was in the years coming that they would really excel, so that's the way you judge them. But in 1999, were they as good as they finished at their careers? No, absolutely not. And really, why are we comparing these teams? I know Liverpool have pretty much got both hands on the Premier League title, but for all intents and purposes, they haven't won anything this season. In contrast, Man United won the treble. So unless Liverpool go on to win the treble themselves, then maybe we can have a conversation. But until then, what is the point? It's going to be pointless then as well. It's these futile things that media outlets seem to do of combined 11s. I know we've done them in the past, but really, is there anything to gain from them? It's as if we can't just have a group of people who are good at things. We've got to have a definitive person who is the better person. It's people's ridiculous need to put people down rather than bring people up. It's a weird thing in British culture that no one can actually be any good at anything. And as soon as they are good, well, they weren't as good as it used to be. Oh, well, actually, they're a bit of an arsehole. It's alright to compare and contrast and say, well, in this area, Dwight York scored X goals, but now Firmino scored however many goals, but he's bringing more to the team by setting up assists or whatever. But really, it's just an opinion at the end of the day. And that's the thing a lot of people seem to be missing. It's just an opinion. Everyone's got them. They're like arseholes, as the old saying goes. But really, no one's opinion is better than the others. Yeah, the likes of Roy Keane and Jamie Carragher have got a bit more precedence about them because they were ex-players. But at the end of the day, it is still just their opinion. But unfortunately nowadays, this isn't even about football. People's opinions are taken as gospel. If you think something, you are therefore a bad person for thinking that. When in reality, it's just what you think. If I say Newcastle are the best team in the North East, a Sunderland fan's might come up to me and say, oh well, you're a scumbag for thinking that. Really, it's not true, it's just my opinion. So anyway, let's get on with it. Let's do the Man United combined 1999-11 to the Liverpool 2020-11. I'm just joking, we're not going to do that. What we are going to do is compare Man United's 1973 team to the Liverpool's team of 2035. And to be honest, I do think that Curtis Jones should get in the team over Bobby Charlton. Who knows what Curtis Jones... Was Bobby Charlton playing in 1973? He better be, because I haven't got another reference. Anyway, enough of that. Let's have a little brief look at what else has happened this past week in the world of football. And I've got to talk about Erling Braut Haaland. What a lad. He's just an absolute joy to watch. It's so brilliant seeing a lad so young do so well. And just think what he's going to be like in 10 years' time. The way he plays is incredible. He's absolutely rapid. He's like a horse. Get him at Cheltenham in the next week. Apparently when he was younger, it took him a while to grow, so he actually had to build up the technical abilities rather than just rely on his stature. It's great to see Haaland doing so well. I smile every time that I see he scored. But one group of fans who might be worried is Scotland, because they could possibly face Norway in the European 2020 qualifiers. Just think they've waited so long to get to a major tournament, and if they get past Israel, they either have to play Norway or Serbia, and nowhere in the midst of a golden generation with Sander Berge and Erling Haaland coming through. Sorry lads, you've got no chance. It'll be a summer at home yet again in Scotland. Speaking of Borussia Dortmund, the talk of Jadon Sancho moving to the Premier League refuses to go away. We've got Chelsea, Liverpool and Man United all keen on him. You've got to imagine City are probably interested as well that's not been confirmed by any news outlets. And even if he was a target for City, would you really want to go there now? Especially with the chance that he's not going to be able to play Champions League football. So let's weigh up his other options. Liverpool, he'd be joining probably the best team in the world, but there's a very good chance he wouldn't be a guaranteed starter. I mean, is he better than Mane, Firmino or Salah? It's up for debate. He'd be one for the future, but if I was him, I'd want him to play guaranteed first team football. That's why he left Man City in the first place. Again with Chelsea, is he going to be guaranteed first team football? They've already signed one attacking midfielder in Hakim Ziyech. Are they going to want to sign another? So really, it looks like Man United's his best bet. And if they can guarantee Champions League football, then that could be their best way of securing his signature. Or he could just stay in Dortmund. I mean, it might be a better option. No matter what happens, you just know this transfer saga is going to rumble on all throughout until the summer. Probably up until the deadline, because it's one of those that it might not even happen. But considering the amount of talk we've got already and it's only February, you just know this is going to go on and on and on. And we'll probably talk about this multiple times over the coming months. I'll probably say the same thing over and over again. Apologies in advance. Elsewhere, there's been transfer news, and one of the most ridiculous stories of the year. It's only February, it's not going to get more ridiculous than this. Barcelona have signed former Middlesbrough forward Martin Braithwaite from Leganés for €18 million. Why, you ask? Because they've signed an emergency striker because they've only got Lionel Messi and Antoine Griezmann. The laws in Spain are absolutely ridiculous. Why should they be allowed to sign an emergency striker just because they've got someone injured? In hindsight, Leganés aren't going to be able to replace Martin Braithwaite just because they've missed the striker because he's not injured. So now they're shy of a player and can't sign a replacement, while Barcelona have just signed someone they probably don't need and who's never going to play. It's like Kevin Prince Boateng all over again. The laws in Spain are just stupid. I mean, it's fair enough in England, we've got an emergency goalkeeper loan system, which is fair enough because a goalkeeper is a specialist position, but Barcelona have literally got the greatest player in the world and Antoine Griezmann, who does funny dances from Fortnite. What more do you want from a forward line? I mean, from a Newcastle perspective, I've got Joe Linton, Andy Carroll, Dwight Gale and Yoshinori Muto, who between them have got one Premier League goal this season. Can we not sign someone on an emergency? Because, I mean, they've been injured most of the season as well. Stupid. Right, I've calmed down. I did predictions last week. There were 6 games and it was a mixed bag. I didn't get any scores right, but I got 3 results right, and that's okay, I'll take it. Well, while Romo might as well do predictions for this weekend as well. Unfortunately, there's a full schedule of Premier League fixtures, not just the half-bot show we had over the winter break. The first game is Jose Mourinho's return to Stamford Bridge, and I'm going to go with 1-1. Burnley-Bournemouth, I'm going to go with 1-0 Burnley. Crystal Palace Newcastle, let's say 2-1 Newcastle, maybe. Sheffield United Brighton, I'll go 2-0 to Chris Wilder's side. Southampton Aston Villa, that's quite a big game. 2-2. And then the evening game on Saturday is Leicester versus Manchester City. And I'm going to go with a Man City win, 3-1. On to Sunday, Man United versus Watford, I'll go for 2-0 to Man United. Wolves versus Norwich City, 3-0 to Wolves. And then the final game is Arsenal versus Everton in the Mikel Arteta derby. What will the score be? Arteta versus Ancelotti. Let's say 3-2 to Arsenal. Don't know why it'll be that exciting. I don't think it will be. Oh wait, there's another game. Monday night, Liverpool versus West Ham. Let's say 2-0 Liverpool. So there we have it. Those are the predictions. There's my thoughts on Liverpool versus Man United 99 versus 2000. It's a lot of rubbish. Erling Haaland's really good. Martin Braithwaite, you're a lucky man. And that's about it for this week. You can follow us on Twitter. I'm at HITC James. If you can notice briefly there, I spelled T on my sign, so it's not very good. But yeah, you can still follow the Twitter. And don't forget, most importantly, to like, share and subscribe as we continue on the road to 400,000 subscribers. But until next time, we'll catch you later.